Hey.
What you are about to hear is the fusion of entertainment and enlightenment. This is the Glenn Beck Program.
In order for things to change, we all have to know what the truth is and then declare the truth. That's exactly what we're going to do. This half hour, we're going to tell you what the news is saying, what the president is saying, and then we're going to tell you the truth. Your job will be to take that truth and stand in it. Just make sure that everyone you know and everyone you're talking to today knows exactly what the truth is. Because there's a meteor coming towards Earth. Not true. And it's going to destroy America if Mitch McConnell doesn't get his act together. Again, not true. We'll tell you in 60 seconds.
The Glenn Beck Program.
I don't know if you heard about the Facebook thing that happened yesterday, but Facebook dismiss a few things right off the bat. Let's go to cut 5, please. Biden on the debt ceiling.
We're not expecting Republicans to do their part. They made that clear from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
We tried asking to no avail.
Mm-hmm.
We're just asking them not to use procedural tricks to block us from doing the job that they won't do. Meteor is headed to crash into our economy. Democrats are willing to do all the work stopping it. Republicans just have to let us do our job.
Okay.
Just get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
If you don't want to help save the country, get out of the way.
Get out of the way.
So you don't destroy it.
Right. Okay. So what's he talking about there, Stu? What does he mean by that?
Well, normally a bill like this would need 60 votes to pass.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying, what if we just have it, if you guys just will agree to the Republicans, the Republicans will just agree, they can make it pass with only 50 votes. And they're expecting them to do that. Now, of course, they've never done that for Republicans. That's not the way they go about it. And even Joe Biden himself voted in this exact same scenario to block the debt ceiling rise when he was in the minority. That's what happens, every single time. Now, interestingly, they actually could pass it with 50 votes.
How?
Through reconciliation.
How?
However, they're not ready to spend their $3.5 trillion yet.
Well, it's not that they're not ready. They're ready and eager and waiting to go. It's just that they just have a couple of people that just won't vote for it.
Yeah. And
on their side.
And all the bathroom harassment on Earth has not yet changed their mind.
Has not put Humpty Dumpty, can't put Humpty Dumpty back together again.
So it's interesting. They could just do this, but they're not doing it because they want to have a separate opportunity to spend $3.5 trillion of your dollars. So they don't want to give that up. And it's like, wait a minute. I thought you guys said this was a meteor. This is a catastrophe. The entire society is going to melt down. And you won't solve that problem because you want to keep your ability to spend $3.5 trillion on brand new programs and giveaways.
That's weird.
But
it
it's
doesn't
the
sound
Republicans that are doing
exactly
this.
like a meteor.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like how you would react if you believed it was a meteor.
Right. Because if you could do it, but you didn't get candy, and so you're not going to do it, it seems like you're putting your priority in candy and not in the thing that is the giant meteor.
Right.
That's weird. That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is not true. The Republicans the Democrats can pass it. The Democrats can pass it. But then they'll have a harder time passing their $3.4 trillion spending bill. And Republicans know that, and I think many Americans are against that spending bill. And that's why they're working so hard on Joe Manchin and Senator Sinema from Arizona, because they have to have those two. Without those two, you have to count on the Republicans saying we'll vote for the ceiling.
Now, of course,
lift the ceiling.
And Sinema and Manchin, not exactly the thriftiest of people here. They've already both voted for the $1 trillion infrastructure plan. And Manchin is the only one we know his number. His number was $1.5 trillion. Now, that would put it at like fifth or sixth biggest spending bill in the history of the nation. And I think it's even higher than that, honestly. I think it was third or fourth. So he's willing to go there, plus the other trillion he's already agreed with. And in his letter about the $1.5 trillion, he says, I will not guarantee a vote for anything above this. So he's willing to go above it. He just will not guarantee his vote. He will guarantee his vote for any package under $1.5 trillion. And we're like, this guy's a moderate. Can you believe this guy? I can't believe how moderate he is.
Well, I have noticed how the media just loves these mavericks who are going against the Democratic Party and their own party. They're mavericks. I mean, how many times have you heard the senator from Arizona is a maverick and just is going against his own party?
Yeah, I do remember hearing that quite a bit back in the day.
Oh, wait a minute. You were talking about John McCain being a maverick.
That was okay. It was something to praise.
You mean you didn't hear that about cinema?
No.
Oh, no. Not a maverick now. Not a maverick, my friends. And then yesterday, we found out that they were being followed into the bathroom out on their houseboat. This is going to become very, very dangerous. I warn you. It's shout, shove, shoot. They've been shouting. Now they're shoving. The only thing left is shooting. And it's going to become more and more dangerous. Here's what happened yesterday on the airplane with Senator Sinema.
Senator, hello, how are you? You good? Sorry, I'm Karina. I don't know if you remember me. I just want to know if you can commit, as my senator, if you can commit to passing a reconciliation that could provide a pathway to citizenship for immigrants. We have been waiting for this for too long.
Look,
I just need to know if you can commit.
She's got earphones on.
About your reconciliation that would include immigration and citizenship for people to be
Will you commit to me on the airplane right now?
Can you commit to that, Senator?
Okay, so she didn't commit.
She didn't after that?
No, she didn't. Here she is in the airport. Somebody else. And she's pushing her fingers into her ear, listening. Okay, so
where's her security?
Where's her security? What are you talking about? Where's her security?
I've seen several of these videos, and she's a lot of times. I mean, this time there was people in the airport.
Security.
Obviously.
This is normal, Stu.
Well, is it?
Here's the president yesterday on this just being, normal, part of the thing. Cut 9.
Joe Manchin had people on kayaks show up to his boat to yell at him. Senator Sinema last night was chased into a restroom. Do you think that those tactics are crossing a line?
I don't think they're appropriate tactics, but it happens to everybody.
What?
The only people it doesn't happen to are people who have Secret Service standing around them. So it's part of the process. Yes, sir.
Part of the process. To have women followed into the bathroom?
Yeah. I didn't know
by
that.
men?
I didn't know that.
Now, I will say they are being consistent that men in the women's bathroom is okay. They've been clear on that point to their credit.
And our point is kind of validated because we say men going into the women's bathroom is dangerous. But, let's not protect women. Anyway, so they're going into the bathroom, and that happens all the time. That's part of the process.
It's incredible. It's incredible. And, look, there's two types of people in these situations, right? The type of person who's going to get intimidated and will give in because they don't want to have their life ruined and be harassed all the time. And then there's certain people who it will codify their belief. It will take a belief and say, you know what? Now I will never vote for this $3.5 trillion. And I will tell you this. If there's anything you can do today, if you're going to get on the internet and you want to get on one of these social media platforms, drop a word of encouragement, very polite encouragement, not only to Kyrsten Sinema and Joe Manchin, but also to AOC. And let her know that she should not give in to these moderates who want to take away your spending bill. I am so proud of you, AOC.
Yeah.
You go, girl. You go do it, baby.
And make sure that you let Kyrsten Sinema know that you appreciate her backbone here.
In reality, I am impressed. I will say,
I
was a Sinema skeptic. We went through her stuff
early
on, and there was word maybe she's going to be moderate. And I remember reading some of her background and things, the groups she was involved in.
Yeah,
and she's held up in an incredible fashion here.
So you know who's harassing her is the Living United for Change in Arizona. And so we looked into it, and you'll never guess who's involved in. Now at the end, do they understand? Yeah, spooky dude himself. He has backed the group.
Meaning George Soros?
George Soros Open Society Foundation is their biggest donor. He gave $1.5 million to Living United in 2019 and $250,000 in 2017. This according to their grants database. So Living United reported around $1.7 million in revenue in 2019 and $328,000 in 2017. Wow, these guys, man, I just don't know. They just make so much money, don't they? I mean, all of these groups just rolling in the cash.
It's interesting how the road always leads back to this guy.
It's almost as if it's all been foreseen. More in just a second. Stand by. Relief Factor. Okay, so Living United organizes voter drives and assists campaigns for Democratic candidates. The ones that were said, we went out and we canvassed for you in past elections. We're doing it against you. They're grassroots community organizers and funded by several deep pockets on the left, including Open Society, which is George Soros. Bold PAC, the fundraising arm of the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, gave $12,500 to Living United in August. The committee includes more than 3 dozen of Sinema's Democratic colleagues in the Senate and the House. Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg, pro-immigration charity Forward.us, gave $7,500 to Living United last year. The Ford Foundation gave the organization $500,000 grant. And the National Education Association, the largest teachers union in the country, gave $60,000 to Living United. So when your teacher says, no, I'm not part of it, are you part of the union? Are you with the National Education Association because you're funding the people that are following that person into the bathroom? And I'm sorry, it's time to stand up. I'm in a union. What am I going to do about it? Get out of the union. Quit. I got to feed my... Yep, you do. We all do. You're not going to be able to feed your family if these people are in charge. And if you think that it's going to be a dream come true to be a teacher and you're going to be able to follow your dreams and your spirit and you're just going to be able to teach the things that you feel are important, you're going to be teaching dangerous stuff quickly. You already are. And you see already now what it's like to stand up against it. You have to quit your union now. Quit. You cannot live in this pack of lies.
You don't think there's value in trying to change it from the inside?
No, I don't think you have enough time to change it from the inside. You need a mass movement of people quitting and saying, I'm not going to do this. You have right now, we're going to talk to some people in hour 3. We're talking to some people that are under attack from the teachers union. The teachers unions also just went to the FBI and said, you got to help us. These these crazy parents that are coming out against CRT. That's very threatening. And Joe Biden approved it. And Merrick Garland from the FBI decided, yep, we're going to bring the federal government into this. Really? The feds are going to... Why aren't the states investigating this? If there are things going on, the state and local police should be dealing with it. Why are the feds all of a sudden jumping into this? So now parents are being told, basically, by this move, you want to mess with us? You want to mess with the teachers union? You're messing with the feds. That's what's happening now. Now, I understand if somebody is threatening somebody, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to whatever, that is the job of the police to stop it. And those people have to be stopped. But if you're talking about how threatened you feel when you're sitting in an open setting and people are yelling at you, grow a thicker skin, dude. Because that is part of the process. If somebody's coming to your house, or dare I say it, following you into the bathroom and filming you while you're in the bathroom, that's not part of the process. Harassing you and your family when you're out, that's not part of the process. But having to listen to families and parents yell at you in an open forum, yeah, that's part of the process. Part of the process. And they want you to know you can't change anything. They want you to know you have no power. This machine has been built and you have no power. I want you to listen to me carefully. It's a lie. And if you don't stand up now, it may not be a lie. But you must stand up peacefully, arm in arm with other parents, continue to speak out, continue to be peaceful. The American people, when they see it, see, here's the problem. They have kept all of the pain away from the American people. Through all of these schemes with the banks and everything else, they've kept all of the pain away. You're just beginning to feel the pain, and the pain is going to get pretty intense soon. And when that pain does, if we're not all standing arm in arm and we haven't pushed back, there isn't going to be any place to push back. That's why this is accelerating so fast, because the pain for the average person is coming. Stand in the truth. Is. This is the Glenn Beck program. I have to play for you in case you haven't seen it, and I can guarantee you haven't seen it. The Taiwanese foreign minister says his country is preparing for war and is asking Australia for help. And I want you to listen to this. He is full-fledged freaking out here. Listen.
Defense of Taiwan is in our own hands, and we are absolutely committed to that. And if China is going to launch a war against Taiwan, we will fight to the end, and that is our commitment. And of course, during this period of time, we would like to exchange with other countries for security cooperation, and we would like to engage in security or intelligence exchanges with other like-minded partners, Australia included, so that Taiwan is better prepared to deal with the war situation. And so far, our relations with Australia is very good, and that is what we appreciate it for.
Okay. Help us. Help us. They're coming. And notice he doesn't use the United States. United States.
Yeah.
Is there a chance the United States, I mean, we have a treaty. We're bound to it.
Nope.
Not a chance.
I don't think there's a single chance.
Not a chance.
That's why he didn't say anything about it.
Correct.
He knows there's no chance.
Correct.
Lost cause.
We won't even rescue our own people out of Kabul. We're certainly not going to help Taiwan. What are they freaking out about, though? Just because 77 warplanes from China fly over their island? Is that what they're worried about?
No, it was 150.
Oh, it was 150?
It's 150
Okay.
warplanes have now crossed into Taiwan and have flown over Taiwan.
And that has unnerved them a little bit?
56 just today. Just 56, though, warplanes.
A new record, because it was 38, and then it was 39, and then 56.
Yeah.
And 25 fighter jets and nuclear-capable bombers
Interesting.
into their air defense identification zone.
And you would think, okay, so you're trying at that point to provoke something.
Yes.
You're definitely trying to be shot at.
Yes.
So that you can respond.
Yes.
It's getting pretty dangerous.
Yes.
It feels like China has hit some weird level of desperation
It does.
and anger. They've always been terrible, but like they haven't crossed these lines. But you think recently, with the collapse of that Evergrande, they cut off all cryptocurrency transactions in the entire country.
Oh, no. You know why they
Massive
did that?
energy problems.
Yeah,
Massive energy
Oh,
problems.
No.
No.
Really?
No. You haven't heard?
Oh, no.
No, China has explained all of this.
Okay.
Oh.
They got rid of the Bitcoin because Bitcoin takes so much energy. Okay? And this is all part of them going green. And
No, but they got rid of all cryptocurrencies and
yeah, because any transaction takes so much energy.
no, but when you're not on the same system as Bitcoin, even those dumb arguments don't apply. So
No, I mean China is very clear on this. Just one transaction consumes 1,544 kilowatt hours, or the equivalent of 53 days of power for the average household.
Did they
No, don't
address
shake
any of the other cryptocurrencies that have no power profile that's anywhere close to that? Because they banned all cryptocurrency
Did
transactions.
you know that Bitcoin mined in China uses 86 terawatt hours of electricity?
Interesting.
To mine it? Yes.
Well, first of all,
two-thirds from coal power, and that's why they banned it. They're getting rid of their coal power.
that's not true. They also banned mining a long time ago there. So this would have nothing to do with that.
All right.
Secondarily, a lot of the mining was done on excess hydropower. As they were set up close to these giant dams.
If you want to throw in your own little facts here.
That was kind of what I was. Yeah,
Look,
I was trying
I'm just telling you.
spin.
I'm just telling you that Chairman Z has come out and said we are trying. There's no way we're going to meet the world's standards unless we get off of coal, and Bitcoin is part of that. And now we're closing down some of our factories and some of our towns because we really want to hit the green energy demands. And
So are they closing the empty towns that they've built? Is that what they're doing? We're going to close down all the pretend towns that no one lives in.
Oh yes, some of them have to close down. Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
wow.
They've
Wow.
yeah,
That Evergrande built.
absolutely, absolutely. And they've also shifted imports of coal from Australia. Australia was the number one importer of coal for China, and they said no more. Now they've doubled the Mongolian coal that's coming in, and so, but they're really, because they learned, they said, we see the writing on the wall with financing, and the way Western financing is working, we're not going to be able to build these coal plants. So even though they built all of these coal plants last year, they want us to know that they're going to abandon them soon. And this is what's
Well, how
part
old
of it.
were you last year? I mean, I can't even remember. Was I even born last year?
I don't think so.
Were there dinosaurs?
Yeah.
I think there might have been.
By the way, their peak coal-fired power generation is supposed to happen in 2027. They keep moving that back, but they're still increasing their coal consumption from now until 2027, and those are their projections.
Yeah, but they're going to close them down real quick now.
Really?
Right now, they're just, that's what this power out. Don't think that it's some sort of a shortage or, central planning gone wrong.
They don't have that. That's not an issue for them.
It's not an issue.
No.
It all works fine in China. And getting coal, no longer getting coal from Australia, that's not strategic. They just wanted to get it from Mongolia because Mongolia is landlocked, and it's really close to China, where you got to ship that dangerous coal all the way across the sea to China.
Wow, that's the cutting edge of the green movement. I believe Al Gore once told us that. Didn't he,
sure
Pat?
did. Yes, he did.
What did he sound like when he said it?
What am I, your trained monkey?
I was asking a question.
Yeah,
That's
go
all.
ahead.
China is on the cutting edge of environmentalism. The cutting edge.
That's a real quote, by the way.
It is. It is an actual quote from him.
This is the by far the largest polluter in the world, responsible for 80% of all plastic in the ocean, responsible for emissions that are way above the United States of America.
And they were building the equivalent of a coal-fired power plant every week when he said it.
Okay, I have to change the subject. I have to get the update from Baby Roe. Is Baby Roe pro-abortion or not?
And we had a prediction yesterday.
Yeah, our prediction was it's on ABC the day before the Supreme Court starts, a very controversial year where they're going to decide on abortion.
That right-wing court, they're going to. They're going to ban abortion nationwide.
Right. They're so right-wing. And Baby Roe comes out for the first time, and she's on ABC. And I thought, what are the odds that she's on ABC and going to come out and say she's pro-life?
Right.
Because that seems exactly like what ABC would run.
Oh, totally. If she came out, she's like, look, I really think abortion was bad. I mean, I would have been dead if it was legal back then. So obviously I'm pro-life. Clearly, that interview would air.
Yes.
Right? They would definitely make a big deal about it and
so
promote
it aired yesterday.
Oh, okay. So what did she say?
You didn't follow it either. I was hoping you were.
Oh, no, I do know the answer to this.
Okay, I think I know the answer to this.
You're going to be stunned to hear she's pro-choice.
No!
Yes, but she was very clear about something.
What?
Very clear about something. That she wanted to make sure that she was not used by either side. And, of course, the way to do that is say you're pro-choice in the middle of a Supreme Court hearing on national television.
Right, that's the time.
That's the time to do it, to not get used by either side. And certainly you weren't being used by being put on television to say the woman who would have been aborted back in the day is now pro-choice. They're not going to use that at all.
No.
Don't be concerned.
That special wasn't even using her. No. Just the thing where she said, I don't want to be used, was not using her. No. And one other thing, the update on Chris Cuomo's accuser with Megyn Kelly.
Yes. Yeah. Did you hear this interview? It was pretty interesting. The woman was an executive producer at ABC. She's been all over television, a very well-known executive. And she claimed to be groped by Chris Cuomo.
He hugged her and grabbed her butt.
And in front of her husband, and then sent an email, a very legalistic email, to deny, to not say that he did it, but also to try to appease her and say that he was sorry. Anyway, she went through the entire story yesterday, and she used the word groped. I mean, that was her word. She was not happy about it. She said she was talked about how CNN would not hold him responsible. She's trying to draw this line of, well, don't fire him, have him go and do specials on sexual harassment and all these things.
Who wants to watch that? Besides him. Wait, I can do specials on sexual harassment?
They'll let me on TV again?
Wow, okay.
Yeah, so Chris Cuomo still working there. Still has not been forced to address this in any way. Totally fine.
Well, you already explained, Stu. It wasn't sexual in any way. Yes, he grabbed her buttocks, but that wasn't sexual. It was like like a football player to another football player.
Except they're not football players. Yeah, and football players are both guys.
And football players don't squeeze the butt. They kind of slap it. So it's a little bit different. Right. But I'm sure it was very similar.
Well, Brian Stelter is all over this. Either that or he hasn't said anything about it.
Yeah, well, actually, she mentioned this in the interview.
Wait a minute. You don't know which one it is?
I can't remember which one it is.
Huh.
It's like the Roe baby. Is she pro-life or is she pro-choice? I can't decide which one.
Shelley Ross said that Brian Stelter had basically given up all of his credibility by not commenting on this. Which
is weird because there's not a lot of credibility to give away.
That's for sure.
You know what I mean?
But obviously, if a Fox News person, I mean, do we even have to say this? If a Fox News personality was caught in this situation and it was documented, I think Brian Stelter might mention it. I know.
Really?
Yeah, I think he might be a little concerned.
Right.
It may be,
I don't
and he
know.
might criticize Fox for not making the host go on the air and talk about it.
I think this is crazy talk. It's just like, those people who don't believe that China is intentionally shutting down their own energy supply right now because of the green, the Green New Deal. It's going to be global. It's going to sweep the world, and they're going to lead the way, and they're very concerned about all of the people that worry about the planet. They're very concerned.
It almost sounded like you laughed in the middle of that sentence a little bit. Just a little bit.
Well, I was thinking of Brian Selter's credibility. And,
not of China's.
No, not at all. Okay, let me tell you about rough greens. Andrea.
Supermarket